Can I can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you're. This is a free channel, please.
I feel like I recognize your voice. Are you the one that's in the Crypto
I am
Unk song?
banned. You just call me Mr. Band.
Are you the one that's in the? Are you the one that's in the Crypto Unk song with me, or when
Wait,
Doge?
is this? Who is it?
Static, bro. Come on, man.
Oh, here, Static. I have my own song dedicated to me, just me. But
he's
yes,
Doge to $1, Static.
This is fucking surreal.
I'm Doge to $1.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Static here.
You keep selling, we keep buying, and yet we do.
Static here.
Yeah. Hey.
Live, yeah.
Oh, look, we don't even have to fucking have the song play. Me and Static can do it.
We need the mooing. We need the cow. We need the mooing.
When crypto goes to the slaughter, I buy.
Yep.
No, I want to back up Soren here because I do believe Soren started that, Static. Soren here.
Well, hang on.
So no, not entirely true. What happened?
I remember.
What happened back in the day, in probably early May, with the chaos of the other channel, it was suggested that we all start saying our name and here to like ask for permission or to start speaking.
Yeah.
That lasted for probably 5 minutes, and the only two people that had the decorum to keep actually doing it is me and Soren. And so, yeah, it would be Static here, Soren here, and then everybody else would just jump in and talk. But
and actually, I kept quiet at that time back in the day.
Yeah, there was a slight difference between me and Soren. The difference is when Soren would say Soren here, he would wait and oftentimes not be acknowledged. I took it upon myself to just go Static here and just start talking.
Because you weren't acknowledged. They set the decorum, but they didn't follow the decorum. Oh.
Well, me and Soren did.
Yeah, no, and I stayed back and quiet and all that stuff, and that's back in the when I was more quiet and not speaking as much, and so. But no, I appreciate that you followed the decorum that they set, and that's what I'm saying is they set the decorum, then they don't want to follow it. You see what I'm saying? You set the rules, but you don't want to follow the rules.
So, second question, I heard your voice, obviously, and recognized it, but I never got the name. What is your name?
Gil Wallace in the channel. GIL.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Gil.
Nice to meet you, Static. Good to hear your voice. Actually, I should say, in your proper decorum.
So, would you like to clarify, Static, when this Doge is going to go down to 8 cents per your charts?
She ain't.
Well, per my charts,
yep.
Now, my projection, between now and August 12th at the latest.
Really?
The only, so the only caveat is going to be what Bitcoin decides to do. Bitcoin is all four of the majors, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin, Doge today, ended their dailies with bearish reversal candles at resistance lines. Bitcoin's had 3 black crows last 3 days and is now had another bear candle. It tried to close above the 200 EMA, but it closed below the 200 EMA, which makes me think it's going to go down to the 50 EMA for the next couple of days. If Bitcoin doesn't hold 35K, it's probably going to start working its way to 23K in quicker time frames than you would think.
BTC will hold at 36.
It could. If it doesn't, though, then that obviously would make Doge move a lot quicker down because it's following suit with Bitcoin.
Doge is pushing up, just so you know.
Doge is not pushing up.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, anyway, so let me finish the TA. So if Bitcoin drops, doesn't hold at 35, then yeah, you'd see 8 cents and lower pretty quick. But if you get like a little bounce at 35 for Bitcoin, I see Doge on its own accord, kind of just fanning out, completing this inverse cup and handle, working its way to 16. When it hits 16, I don't expect it to find support there anymore. I expect it to fall. That'll be its fourth time touching 16 cents.
What does Bitcoin need to be at for Doge to be at 8 cents?
Well, they don't run completely parallel to each other. Case in point, we had a pretty major run-up of Bitcoin over the last week and a half, and percentage-wise, Doge didn't really follow suit.
Static, you looking at Doge right now? The last 30 minutes?
What's the price action right now? What's the price?
19.87 and going up.
We play a little game. We play a little game in my Discord every morning at 7 o'clock. We guess the high and low. And my guess for the day was for a high was 20489. 20489. So we'll see if I get it.
All right. I got a Doge or whatever Doge equivalent is. And it's a friendly bet. I think 2-2
By the end of the day?
by midnight.
All right. Let's see what happens.
EST.
So I guess my question is, because Doge and Bitcoin were pretty much going hand in hand for a long time there in terms of the charts and whatnot. Bitcoin was at 30,000. It was roughly at the 29.99 or so. Like 2-3 weeks ago before the B word, and Doji was trading at right around the 17s, high 17s. Didn't break the 16s, I don't believe, at the very least. So that's why I wonder if 30 is going to be where Doji's at 16 or 17, then you'd pretty much have to assume that it's going to have to be in half, right? So it means that Bitcoin would have to be in the 15s for Doji to get to 8 if it was going to continue doing the same thing that Bitcoin's doing.
Yes.
I see more attachment of Ethereum and Ethereum Classic to Bitcoin than I've seen Doge be attached to Bitcoin.
See, that's an honest, straight up visual.
If you look at Ethereum, for example, if you look at Ethereum and Doge chart, they're like twins. So I think, but then if you look at like Bitcoin and Doge,
They're not.
They're not
tied. There's a lot more going on with Doge behind the scenes, and I agree with you 100% that like Bitcoin and Doge are not tied. Doge and Ethereum may be tied, but that's because, again, this is my point. Cryptos are metals trading versus paper trading. Does that make sense?
I'm not following. What's the analogy?
Okay. We're not talking about like US dollars. That's paper notes at this point. It's crypto. All cryptos are metals. They're a digital form of metal. How do you explain crypto to somebody that's new to investing? And crypto is a digital form of metal, and so the metals on their mining ability versus how much metal is left on the planet. So then you have crypto equals more metals, and I'm not talking paper gold, I'm talking actual like physical gold, physical silver. There's only so much on the planet. With Bitcoin, there's only so many Bitcoins that are going to be produced. The Doge should actually be about 70 cents per human being on the planet versus what's mined per day. I'm talking about ability to produce. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the way I see it is it's a little simplified. It's in the space, Doge is way more speculative than Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And so I think when you have something so speculative, and then you have Bitcoin. Bitcoin's like the sun, right? And these are like the planets, and fucking Doge is like Pluto.
No,
not even sure- we're
but
not
you
even-
have
we're
to
not
define
even-
speculative.
Well, I'm about to. So Doge seems to have, or rather, Bitcoin seems to have more of a power to pull Doge down than it does to have power to pull Doge back up.
Yes.
So when Bitcoin drops, you see its impact on Doge. Sometimes Doge will hold its own a little bit more if it's at heavy support lines, but then when it comes time for Bitcoin to pump, Doge
You
doesn't
won't see the
necessarily.
return.
Well, it doesn't necessarily pump through resistance zones. It seems to pump when it's floating in midair as a reaction to Bitcoin pulling it up. But when it has to be given the choice between pulling itself up with Bitcoin or being rejected at major resistance, it has trouble.
Well, and that's because Bitcoin it's not even the gold or the platinum. It's like the rhodium of crypto. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And so, like rhodium, like if you're gonna trade rhodium, there's like most people never even like see an ounce of it. They don't even see a like 16th ounce of it in their lifetimes. It's like so rare on the planet, and that's where the Bitcoin is to all the rest of the cryptos. I mean, look, what's the nearest coin to Bitcoin in price?
The ones that I trade, Ethereum.
It's going to be anywhere on the planet. What is the nearest crypto to Bitcoin? And yes, you're right. It's ETH.
Yep.
So that being said, what is the difference between a Bitcoin and an Ethereum coin?
You broke up. Say again. What's the difference between what?
Ethereum coin and Bitcoin.
On a fundamental level?
Well, okay, by USD.
Full disclosure, and I've never pretended to be more than I am. I read charts. I'm not a fundamental guy. Drew Crypto, for example.
Stop, and I'll explain it to you. The question I'm asking. Bitcoin right now, 38,000. Ethereum, 2,000. There's $36,000 Federal Reserve notes difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, in a metals market, and ETH gets burnt. Bitcoin doesn't get burnt. Dogecoin doesn't get burnt. None of those a lot of the rest of the coins don't get burnt, but the ETH gets burnt. ETH should be more like about. Actually, the reality is ETH should be at 38. Bitcoin should be at about 30. Because ETH gets burnt every time you make a transaction.
All right.
Does that make sense? I'm talking about availability of a metal.
Yeah, Gil. Let me get a word in. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, in order to control any, and everybody, when I brought this up months ago, oh, that's fiat. You need the ability to control a currency, whether it's crypto or not, for all sorts of reasons, inflationary reasons, so you need to be able to burn it, mine more of it. I guess that's why Bitcoin is more of like the gold, as they say. Not so much tradable currency. It's the way I see it, or a usable currency. It's not something you would buy Bitcoin and then go to the grocery store and buy eggs with it. I don't see it as that type of thing.
Well, in the reality, gold's that type of metal. Now, Bitcoin right now is the Rohirrim, but the problem is, in reality, if you're talking about burning and mineability, Ethereum should be far surpassed Bitcoin. Do you see that? You see that?
I think Ethereum will be far surpassed Bitcoin in terms of its everyday use.
No, what I'm saying is Ethereum, now when I make a transaction and Ethereum gets burnt, right? Let's just say it's one coin. So 50 million transactions happen, 50 million Ethereum get burnt tomorrow, right?
And how many Ethereum is there? 160
yeah, exactly.
million. 160 million. How many Bitcoin? 18 million. Here is the difference.
Oh, but you don't get it. So tomorrow, I transaction Ethereum, and again, 50 million Ethereum, 50 million transactions happen, and 50 million Ethereum get burnt. Now where are we at with your math? You're the math.
I'm talking about the market cap. The market cap for Ethereum is 160 million.
Okay. Until the transactions overtake the burn, which equals the burn rate overtakes the mine rate. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
and that's going to happen because as more people transaction in Ethereum, eventually you'll end up with far less Ethereum than you will have Bitcoin. And so Ethereum it should be valued more than Bitcoin because Bitcoin can't be burnt.
Yeah, but Bitcoin, how he got his value? Black market. Before anything starts, black market. Not like Ethereum in trading.
Yeah, so as you guys probably know, I have a very different view on crypto than most people. I think, and I get a lot of hate for it. I got a lot of hate in the other channel, but why am I involved in crypto? Not necessarily because I believe, I'm going to be handing Ethereum to my grandkids. I'm just taking advantage of a market in high volatility.
Yeah.
And I'm scalping on long time frames, big movements, where I can double, triple, quadruple my money inside of a month. And then I'm getting out. And the reason I'm doing that is because, and I've said this before, there's two things going on in the crypto space. It's very similar to the .com boom. It's a whole bunch of players trying to be that coin. Some of them are serious, like Ethereum and Bitcoin and potentially Doge with some rebranding. And others are like a joke, like Cum Rocket, stuff like that. Like, I don't know what that is. But the analogy I've used before is like, there used to be Netscape and a whole bunch of other ones. And now there's basically, Internet Explorer and Google and Firefox. There's like a couple. There used to be like 50 of them, search browsers in the beginning. The other thing that
So
I always
Static,
keep,
you sound like a man who cut your teeth on DOS.
yeah. The other thing I keep in mind is that this idea that in the future we won't be using USD, we'll be using crypto to buy our eggs and milk, right? Is delusional. The moment that the United States government feels threatened by crypto is the moment they stroke a pen and do away with it.
No,
the moment that China feels threatened by it, they stroke a pen and do away with it.
actually,
Well, no, they can listen. They can regulate the shit out of it. They can absolutely regulate the shit out of it to make it not a good, not for you not wanting to invest in that.
the Fed already has its own crypto.
I understand that. They do. Yeah, the US dollar. Yeah.
No, but what I'm telling you is they'll digitize and so
I get it, but Gil, I have crypto without decentralization and the blockchain and all that stuff. I have digital currency on my phone right now. When was the last time you went to an ATM machine? I barely go.
man, I know I've never been like
People pay for things with using their watch now. It's
yeah.
your currency, your US dollar has been digitized for a long time. The money is just numbers that transfer from a bank account to your local whatever gas station. But yeah, no, like I'm just playing a game of musical chairs and taking advantage of volatility, so I can take the crypto, I can put fiat in, turn into crypto, play a very, very, very volatile market that is not as volatile as the stock exchange, and then get out and just do it again and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. I'm going to do that as long as they'll let me until the party's over.
Yeah. So you're just playing the party. Yeah, but you admit that at some point the party's going to be over.
Absolutely.
Because some believe that the party will never end. And that's the problem. Hey, that's the 1920s mentality. You know what I'm talking about? The party's never going to end.
Well, every generation is convinced that it's different this time.
Yep. And my thing is I try to set people up for like, no, it's going, every party ends, right? And so when the party ends, we need to go home, eat some steaks, just chill out, maybe have some beers in the fridge, some seltzer water for the hangover, whatever. Just the party never just continues. There's no ever flowing party. There's
old political saying that when you're young, you vote with your heart. And when you're old, you vote with your wallet. Well, yeah. I think maybe some of that is going on here in the crypto space. Some people are voting with their heart, investing with their heart, when they should be investing with their wallet in mind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But what you've explained to me is you understand that this shit don't go on forever. It makes them duck it.
Interesting question in YouTube chat. Hold on one second, I want to read. Anywho writes, I wonder if Static bans people in his Discord that disagree with him. Interesting question. I can say that I have banned 2 people in the entire history of my Discord for violating rules, major rules, like tax evasion, stuff like that, like talking about conspiracies, about how they're going to evade taxes, by transferring, it's just illegal stuff. Yeah. I have never banned anybody for disagreeing with me. Proof in the pudding. I deal with prolific so gifted every day in my Discord.
Stack, I've never had a problem with you. I'm just actually agreeing with you in your kind of view of you make money where you can make money. And if you're doing something illegal, maybe you shouldn't talk about it, no?
Oh yeah, that was they were working out a tax evasion scheme in my Discord with 75 people listening.
Yeah, and no, you don't play that game. You can't play that game. Yeah, you gotta be like, no, go somewhere else.
Alrighty, anyway, those are my thoughts. Tuesday night, as some of you may remember, is massage night. So maybe we'll get lucky and it'll
yeah, it'll be happy ending. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll get a different kind of lucky and we'll be at like 16 cents by the time I'm done. But I don't know. I doubt it. See what happens. Gil, nice meeting you.
Oh no, we met before.
We did?
Yeah, you just don't remember. But hey, I'm a drunk, so don't remember. I'm just like, I remember everybody.
You guys want to hear a funny story before I go?
Yeah, let's hear a funny story.
I was at a poker table last night and I'm playing poker, and all of a sudden the guys and the dealer started talking about crypto, and they started talking about Bitcoin and Doge, and they started talking about some stock options too. And the conversation kind of tailed off, and then there was a pause, and I said, "Any of you guys ever heard of static?" And they all look at me and they go, "No." I told my Discord that this morning. They were laughing.
That's funny.
All right, have a good night.
Sleep well.